I think we're good. Hey y'all, it's Sophie. I wanted to make a video kind of doing like hotter flops for SPF because I have some shit to say. Oh my God, the guy next to me is like naked. Sir, put some clothes on. Standing right in my window. Oh my God, I'm shook. I have made it a priority of mine to incorporate SPF into my daily skincare routine and when I'm doing my makeup. And I've tried a fuck ton of SPF products, and I have a couple choice words that I would like to share with everyone because I think it is incredibly important to wear SPF regardless of if you burn easily, if you don't burn easily, if your skin is really fair, if your skin is really dark. Regardless, I think SPF is so important because it is one of the, I think it's the leading factor into premature aging. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. We want to be looking young forever, so I thought I would spit some knowledge on my thoughts on this. Why don't I just stop talking and we just get right into it? First, we have the Glossier Invisible Shield. This was my tried and true for like a really long time. But allegedly, no surprise here, like a lot of Glossier products, it has some ingredients that are like total no-nos. So I kind of shifted away from it, even though the texture is like fucking amazing. So if you don't really care about ingredients, like this is your girl. So I will show you what the texture is like. So this is what it looks like. Totally amazed. Very good. A+. It kind of smells like sunscreen, but not really. But totally doesn't leave a cast because it is clear. Really inclusive for all skin tones and types because it won't leave a white cast, which I think is really important. Overall, I would give this baby a 6.5 out of 10 because of the shitty ingredients that are in it. So next up, we have the Supergoop and Heyday collaboration Defense Refresh Resetting Mist. This is literally the worst SPF product I've ever used in my fucking life. In theory, I was literally so stoked about this. Best case scenario is that you're always using SPF as like the final touch. It was really hard for me to make SPF the last step in a makeup routine because it's like if I'm doing full foundation and everything, like I'm not gonna put, am I out of focus? If I'm doing full foundation and everything, I'm not gonna put a SPF lotion on top of it. That just doesn't work that way. So I was super stoked to try this out, but lo and behold, it is the fucking worst thought out product I think I've ever used. I'm not even gonna put it on myself because I don't want to put myself through that agony. So like in theory, it was that you could do your makeup and then spray this all over your face as like a setting spray and your SPF is there. A marvelous idea in my opinion. The execution was 0 out of 10. Just to like show you. A lovely dispense. Oh my God, it smells a lot like sunscreen. I used this for the first time, was super stoked, and then for the next 3 hours, I had sunscreen stuck in my fucking eye. Like, was constantly tearing up because there was sunscreen in my eye. And I was like, swore to myself I would never use this again. So in my opinion, this is a 2 out of 10. The 2 is because the idea is amazing and the execution was fucking horrid. So, okay, the next one is Cocokind's Daily SPF. I was a little scared to use this at first just because all of the sunscreens that I like are completely transparent, which means it won't leave a white cast, and Cocokind's is actually like a white lotion. And the reason for this being because it is a mineral sunscreen instead of a chemical sunscreen, I'm pretty sure. Mineral sunscreens are always better for the environment and better for yourself, obviously, but especially if you live by the water or like Hawaii or something like that, chemical sunscreens have been known to damage coral reefs. So they're not great for the environment. So if you can, you always want to lean towards mineral sunscreens. As far as the application, okay, so it is like a totally white, oh my God, I put way too much on. Anyways. When I first put this on, I was like, that's a white cast. That is really and truly a white cast. But the more that you work it in, the white cast seems to go away. Also, my arms are incredibly hairy, so that's that. I've seen people with darker skin tones use this and there is like no white cast on their skin whatsoever. I'm pretty optimistic about the application on all skin tones, which is obviously a priority for me because you always want to use products that are inclusive to everybody. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. I would overall rate this an 8.8 out of 10 just because I think it really takes some working into to not create that white cast, but I love that it's mineral sunscreen and I also love that it's inclusive for everybody. And you know that we just stand cocokind on this channel. So the next 2 that I'm gonna do are the Unseen sunscreen and the glow screen. So I have used these both on a daily basis, not together, separately. I really like them. So these ones do claim that they are reef safe, which is awesome because like I was talking about with mineral and chemical sunscreens, but this isn't a mineral sunscreen. It is still a chemical sunscreen, so just FYI. But I don't really mind that because I love the application of them. So first I will show you the Unseen sunscreen. So the Unseen sunscreen is completely clear. It's not white, it's not tinted, it's just clear. So it actually is like a really, really good primer. Oh my God, the way that it feels is like fucking amazing. I highly recommend going with the Unseen sunscreen if you're someone who has oily skin and literally avoids SPF because it'll make your skin so greasy. The Unseen sunscreen is pretty much matte, so it could honestly be used as a primer for makeup. So I definitely recommend this if you're someone who's oily and like doesn't know what sunscreen to use. This is your gal for sure. I would rate this overall an 8.9 out of 10 just because the application is fucking amazing. It's reef safe, but it is it's still a chemical sunscreen. So for the glow screen from Supergoop, it's more of like a tinted moisturizer vibe. If you have oily skin, I do not recommend this product just because it will be really oily. The whole point of it is that it has like a glow to it. So I recommend this for people with dry skin, or if you're someone who just like has a hard on for a glowy look, which I know I do. Let me show you the application. So as you can see, it's like literally a tinted moisturizer, like very fabulous. But yeah, you rub it in. So as you can see, there is like no residue. It literally just makes your skin like glowy. I use Supergoop's glow screen for my everyday sunscreen just because I love having a like glowy look. I don't even care if it makes me look a little sweaty because girl, I want that glow. My closing thoughts for SPF. Supergoop's Heyday Defense Refresh. Do not spend a single cent on this. It is so horrid. Glossier's Invisible Shield. If you're a Glossier stan, sure, go for it. But if you're not, this is such a small amount of product for something that's not like amazing. If you're someone who's really into clean beauty, loves to have clean ingredients, and loves to support just like a kick-ass women-owned business, I recommend the cocokind, but it may leave a white cast if you don't work it in a ton. So if you're down to put in the work, this is your girl. If you're someone who has oily skin and has not been able to find an SPF that works for you, I highly recommend the Unseen sunscreen from Supergoop. Super mattifying, works as a great primer for makeup, but also keep in mind that this is a chemical sunscreen, so it is not a mineral sunscreen. So if you are someone who is super into clean beauty, that is something to keep in mind. And then last but not least is my tried and true glow screen from Supergoop. This is a great tinted kind of sunscreen, but would not recommend for anyone with oily skin. This is what I use on a daily basis just because I love to look dewy. So if that is your vibe, this is your gal for sure. I hope that that was informative about sunscreen. So if you want to see more, just let me know. I love sharing SPF tips and tricks. So I'll catch y'all on the flip.